And we're live.
Hello. Hi, Becca.
Hi.
Alice.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Linda?
I am here. I'm happy and I'm breathing.
Yay. Some days that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
That's right. That is so right. But hey, it's great to see you guys out there. Thank you for joining us for this discussion and Brendan's path of, that he walked by himself. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Look at what's up. Foul play.
Oh.
It's you.
You can't hurt there, Linda.
Yeah. All right. Well.
How are you doing today, Alice?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. It's been a bit of a mixed day here. The sun was shining, but it was bloody freezing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cold here too.
So
cold and rainy.
Before I started, I just wanted to give a shout out. That's why I have the Foul Play site up here, because there's really great resources on the foulplay.site is basically the link for it. Here, actually, copy.
We'll put it in. Yeah, put it in the chat.
So this is actually where I got today's interview that we're going to be discussing. I thought me and Linda were discussing it. And we thought it would be a good idea to go through all his interviews leading up to it. But I just wanted to just plug the site for a bit, because this is where, if you go to library, Brendan Dassey case files.
Oh my gosh, this is just the biggest library collectively of anything to do with Stephen and Brendan. Foul Play has the best. I mean, it's the largest collection of information. So if you need to know anything, go to foulplay.site and check out the website. As you see, there's checking convictions, there's Brenda's talks, there's Just Rhonda, there's
Eric Cozy. Down here they have influential, but up here you see the trial documents, appeal documents, basically anything that you can think of for Brendan. And also they've got Stephen Avery and Ricky Hollister. They got videos, all sorts of resources at foulplay.site. So yeah, if anybody. Also, I do want to say, though, we have a lot of Brendan information and stuff in our Discord, which is also has a lot of great resources. I know I uploaded a bunch of newspaper articles back in the day when Brendan was actually going through this stuff, that Carla Chase was very gracious enough to allow me to do that. There's all sorts of stuff on our Discord, too. So, you have the... Huh?
I said join the Discord.
Yeah, so you got all these different awesome resources. Foul Play, Discord, our Discord, the website.
You're funny, Jazz. You're funny, Jazz Naz. Dude, they got the Fox.
Yeah.
If they had it, don't you think we would have been shouting that stuff out? Hey, Yoris, glad you joined us.
Anyway.
Okay, this is backwards. This is the interview in the car, the tick, 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 tick one. And we did it backwards because this is actually the first interview that they had for Brendan. And we just finished the school one. So it was like maybe the official first interview, they might call that one we just did. But this one here is very important because this is where you'll see how they turned to Brendan.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. So
and we figured also going through these interviews is good to understand during the post-conviction why they're asking the questions that they're asking Len Kachinsky, so you can exactly see what he did miss or what he neglected to see in these interviews, because Len Kachinsky apparently went through this stuff. And he watched the videos. He apparently read this stuff, and he still was like,
How many days later? 14 days, whatever.
But he was still like, oh, this isn't a big deal. This doesn't show anything. It shows a lot.
Yeah.
So
it
that's
does.
why we decided it was good too. It was Linda's great idea. So again, thank you, Linda.
Hey, I got the ideas. You just make it work. That's all.
Well, see, that's why we work as a good team.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Okay, let's get on
So
with this.
I just full disclosure, I heard the videotape of this a
You
while
want me to
back ago.
tick while we're doing
And
this?
yeah, if you want to, Linda.
I go tick. That drives you crazy.
But it's been a while since I listened to that one, and I've never really actually read the transcript. So if you hear me go, what the? That's it's because I'm not prepared.
That's what we're doing. It's always a
am.
shock to read it in black and white than it is to hear it. You actually see the words they used, and you can really see the manipulation in reading a document, I think, even not seeing it visually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get the feel. Okay,
right.
I'll mute and let you do your thing.
Yeah, let's dive right in. So, interview of Brendan Dassey by Marinette County Detectives. We have Detective O'Neill, Brendan Dassey, and okay, so he says, okay, your last name is Dassey. He says, yeah, initial is R. What's your middle name? He questions middle name, and he says, yeah, and he says, Ray. So Brendan's full name is Brendan Ray Dassey. So O'Neill says, okay, you lived at 12930 Avery Road, Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Your date of birth is 10/19/89. So you just turned 16 years old. Yeah, I just want to also point out this was 11/6/2005. So yeah, he's a month into turning 16 years old when this interview was conducted. Okay. You understand you're not under arrest. You have the free to leave at any time, you know. We just want to ask you some questions concerning what we talked to everyone else, but we haven't talked to you two, okay? Last Monday, now you lived with your mom, Barb. Barb is Steven's sister, Chuck's sister, and Earl's sister, right? Last Monday, do you remember seeing this girl at all? Also, I want to pause right here and say, I believe they're sitting in the back seat of a car. Am I correct?
Yeah, they are. They are sitting in the back seat of a police car. They were pulled over in Cribbets.
Yeah. So they're sitting in. And Brian's back there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says you have the right to leave at any moment. So this 15-year-old kid, is sitting in the back of a police car
with nowhere to go.
Or is it a detective's car?
I believe it's a police car, but there's nowhere for him to go, even if he wanted to, because they take the car and they tow it. So what is he supposed to do?
Oh, so they tow his car.
I think they were using
Brian's car.
Yeah, they were in Steven's car.
So let's really set up the scene here. You've got this 16-year-old kid, pardon me. He just turned 16. How old was Brian? Probably was 18 or 19, right?
I don't know what the difference is in their ages, but
I think he was.
I think it's about 4 years, is it? No, is that not what Barb said? I think there's maybe a is that between Brian and Brendan?
Yeah, I think he was around. I'm gonna say, just for argument's sake, he was 18, 19 years old. I think that's about.
Yeah,
fairly legal himself.
Yeah.
Barely legal himself. They're both sitting in the back of a police car. You took their means of driving anywhere, so they can't. And they're sitting in the back of the police car. Where are they gonna go? If Brendan's like, you know what, F the police, and decides to try to get out of the back of a police car, which I don't even think they have to open the door for you.
You can't get out the back unless they let you out.
Yeah. So is he really free to leave at any point?
I don't think so. I wouldn't think I would be free to go anywhere. And I'm an adult.
This is an extremely intimidating circumstances and situation.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Dang, I just wanted to paint that picture so that way you guys fully understand when he says you're free to leave at any time.
Like Kim says, trapped.
Yes, right. It was trapped.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Can't
so the
leave.
gloom picture. Yep. Out in the cold, because it is November. It's cool.
Yeah, I was to say, it was probably really cold, and I don't know what time of day it was, but I think they were out to go get soda too, weren't they?
Yeah, they were just running to the store. They were just going to go to the store.
They weren't even doing anything super other than just going to get the store, and then they get pulled over, and then this is
because
the situation.
They're watching them. They're extremely on them. This is where people can see that they were watching them at all times, no matter where they were. There was cops, and
that's what I was going to ask. I mean, did they pull the car over thinking that Stephen was going to be in the car, but just and it was the two boys? Or were they actually watching them and knew fine well that it was the two boys that was in it and just decided to jump them?
I think you're probably right.
I think they saw two of the boys, and this is just my personal opinion. They saw two of the boys. They thought now's the perfect chance to question some of the family without Stephen being near them. Right. And I think they were thinking that Brian probably, but once they saw poor Brendan.
Yeah, and we'll see the point when you will all notice the point when it turns for Brendan. It's sad. And then that leads into the interview that we did the previous shows. So okay.
All right.
We painted the dark gloom picture for poor Brendan because actually I would have felt the same way, and I'm an adult.
Yeah. So last Monday, do you remember seeing this girl at all? Brendan says I was at school. You were at school until 3, and the bus drive is 45 minutes. Okay, after school you came home. Did you see Steve at all? Oh, so it must be a no.
Yeah,
Do you know what he was doing or where he was or anything like that? He was working.
I was at work. Yeah, there you go.
He was working. Yeah. Where was he working? At Elvery's salvage yard. So he was down at the garage or shed. Do you know for sure? Because he tells us he was in his house. And then Brendan says, well, he went down there to get some cords for his mom. Some what? Some cords for the TV. Okay, on Monday. Tell me about that. What's the story behind that? Because he was getting a new TV with a direct TV, and he gave her his old one, so he went back because he forgot the cords for it. He gave it to her, and this was Monday. This was on Monday. That's what I think. Okay, Halloween is Monday. Remember that? So knowing that it was Halloween, does that help you at all? So you're not certain if it was Monday. Have they talked about, have you guys talked about this whole thing at all as far as what you think might have happened? What do you think happened? I don't know. You ever seen this girl before? No, I just knew about it on Thursday because my mom called me and told me to turn on channel 11. Have you ever seen her vehicle at all? Never from before or even now or anything like that. So you know nothing about this at all. Do you know about that van that your mom was trying to sell? Who was trying to sell that? Your mom or Steve? My mom. How does she do that? You familiar with how she does that? No.
Listen to the way them fuckers talk. Sorry, but when you're reading this shit, Alice, you know this. When we're reading this stuff, it's like, huh? Do you really talk like that?
Well, and plus they're asking a lot of questions that why would a 16-year-old kid know?
They're asking too many questions in the one in the one phrase. You know what I mean? Do you know? And then it's did you know? And what about? And have you? They're not giving them a chance to answer one single question. Like, have you seen this vehicle? No. Have you ever seen this vehicle? No. It's have you? Did you? Do you?
Yeah, all in one. You're right. Yep.
You know, so the way's confused, right? Wait a minute, what do you want me to answer? Do you want me to answer, have I seen the car? Do you want me to answer, have I ever seen the car? Do you want me to answer, did I see the car? You know, it's just, and that's how they knew. And this is just my opinion, but that's how they knew that they could get that way.
Yeah. You'll see the turn. It's coming up for sure. You will definitely, and I won't even say nothing, but I'll see how many, if you see where the turn is in chat, put a 1 when you see where you think they knew they could get Brendan. That's, interaction.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So O'Neill says, "Do you know if were there any problems that you know of down in the yard where somebody might have been back there some night last week?" And Brendan says, "Just when we seen them headlights and taillights." Who saw headlights and taillights? Well, Steven saw taillights, and Thursday night when they turned back, and he went to see if they were still there, and they weren't. And Friday, when me and Chucky were leaving to come up here, we seen headlights by his house. So you guys called down to Steve. Did Chuck get a hold of Steven right away, or no? Is that what he said? Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Like,
it's and so he's not even really, strong yes or no.
Yeah. All right. So as soon as he called, how many times did he call? Once. And when did Steve call back? Yeah. So I guess that's that. I don't know. How soon after Chuck called him did Steve call back? About 10 minutes. Okay. What did Steve tell him? You know? Okay. Where did you see the headlights that night?
Well, where
exactly? You know what I mean? Yeah, just take that for instance. Where?
Where?
You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't see them. Chucky did. I thought you came up with Chuck. Yes, I came up with them, but he's seen them. He's seen them. You didn't. You never seen them. Okay. Did he tell you about where they were over by the compactor? Yeah. This is Baldwin, by the way. You just called Steve and said, hey, there were headlights back there. You didn't say where. When he got out, okay, where were you about? A little past the mailbox. So which? I'm not positive on the layout, but is that Chuck's house up? Chuck's house is up on the top of the front or the Avery Road there? Yeah, just go straight. If you go straight past there, down towards where the compactor is and stuff. Yeah. So he went over there and didn't see anything. Okay. And then he called Steve. Told Steve to go check on it. I didn't hear you. Did he tell Steve, what did he tell Steve to do? To go check down there. Okay. Do you know of anybody?
We're in O'Neill.
Yeah. Do you know of anybody that was target practicing down at the pit at all? Hunting rabbits, that's it. When was that? I don't know what date, but Earl and his friend was down there hunting for rabbits. Last week? No answer. You sure? I think it was like Thursday or Wednesday. Who's his friend? Bob Fabian?
Fabian.
Did you see them down there hunting or just heard that they were down there hunting? I just heard from Grandma. Okay, so they go down there in the yard hunting for rabbits. What about a deer? What deer was out hit by a car? That deer that was hit by a car? Yeah, my brother claimed it. Okay, somebody hit. You went out with his brother? No, Bobby. I'm so they're all over the place.
Yeah. Well, if we could take turns reading parts if you want, if you're not confused.
No, this is fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
but I can see your confusion. Right.
Yeah.
You can see your confusion, so you can only imagine Brendan's confusion because
that's what I'm saying. Like first they're on one topic,
right.
then they switch to another, and then to this person, to that person. What was this person doing? What was that?
Right.
Like, I'm surprised.
Two detectives. One saying one thing, then the other one saying another, almost answering the question and then leaving Brendan to maybe fill in the spots,
Yeah.
No, Bobby. And then that deer, was that cleaned someplace? Where was that cleaned out at? Right where it was hit. So it was gutted out there. And then where was it brought to? I don't know. That's all I heard. Okay. So it wasn't done in your garage, was it? Or don't know. Or you don't know. And then
okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then he just leaves that question alone. And then Baldwin says, does Bobby live with you at your mom's house? And then the other guy jumps in and says, you didn't see the deer or nothing? Did not, it's not in the freezer or nothing? So he's got 2 or 3 different questions.
Right. Yeah. One from one and then the other. So
there,
you can
and then another one. Yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3. So Brendan says, we were going on the highway from up here, and Steven was and Chucky was listening to the monitor, and he heard about it. He was going to call for it, but sorry, I can't see. All right. So when was it the deer was hit? Friday. Friday it was. Okay, so Friday you were on your way up, so you wouldn't have seen the deer. Okay, have you talked to your mom at all? Haven't talked to your other brother, Bobby? No. Since you've been up here? I don't got a cell phone. Did Bobby ever say anything about seeing her that Monday? And no response. No. What happened to your nose, bud? I got scratched by a dog. What dog? My brother Bobby, a little black one. A little black one. A mutt? Yeah. And when did that happen?
Door opens. O'Neill
gets out.
Yep. He's out.
Dassey, Thursday night. I was watching TV in the dark and the dog came up and scratched me. Okay. Because she likes to play puppy. You paid $4.50 for it. Oh, wow. Yeah, $4.50. What the hell is it? It's a dog.
Wow, the cop's talking to him like this. That's great.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a dog that for goose hunting. Like a lab? Oh, so obviously you've been hearing what's going on, huh? What's anybody saying at your place? And then he says, only that he didn't do it. Okay. How do you think that car got there? Somebody probably planted it. Somebody planted it, you think? Or was it what they're thinking? That's what everybody's thinking. That's what everyone's thinking. Everyone in the family? And he must be nodding or whatever. Okay, no, what was your mom's van? Did your mom know about? Was she the one who wanted to sell that? And then no answer or whatever.
Well,
so
I mean, that's a stupid question in itself. You know what I mean? That was your mum's van. Did your mum know about it? Well, it's her fucking van. Of course she's going to know about it, you fucking twat.
So I do want to ask, because I just want to clarify a little bit also with this particular. Steven said he was going to sell the van for Barb, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Because she was working and she wouldn't be there. Right. She wouldn't be there in time for Teresa to take the pictures. So Steven had done business with her before. So he called her or called Auto Trader, figured get the same person out there. They know what we're about. You know what I mean? Come and take care of it. That's how that happened.
Yeah. I'm just making sure. So he definitely was the one who agreed to arrange it. Barb knew about it, is my understanding.
Exactly.
So,
and that's why Barb's number was there, because that's who they needed to contact. It's all logical. There's nothing nefarious about that.
Yeah. Now, why they're asking a just turned 16-year-old kid the arrangements that his mother and uncle did, or he has no idea. Yeah, that he wasn't around for. That's pretty stupid. I don't know. You can tell they think that this kid, and this is just a kid, they think that this kid is they walked into this thinking that he's hiding something, or they're trying to fish for something. I don't know. It's just, it makes me sketch how they're asking these questions.
Yeah. It's a purposeful way of interrogation. It is a way to intimidate.
For an adult.
And
So you can imagine how a kid would feel.
Yep. Okay, you're on.
Okay, all right.
So she told your uncle,
So she told your uncle she wanted to sell it, and he said, yeah. And what did he say to her? I'll take care of it, and then whatever. And then he says, yeah, because she had to work on Monday. So Steve said he would take care of it for her. He must be nodding. How did she call Auto Trader, or did Steve? That I don't know. You don't know? ... Why would he know? He's a 15, 16-year-old kid. Oh my God. Baldwin. Yeah. All right. You didn't, what time did you get home from school, Monday? 3:45, I think. 3:45. And you remember Monday quite well. Why do you remember it? Just because you know what you did on Monday? And he says, well, I was just sitting around playing games. After school, what were you playing? PlayStation 2? PlayStation 2. You got a particular game you like? Well, Blaine just bought one. It's called American Chopper. Oh my God, I remember that.
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I just had like a weird flashback to that game. Okay. Who's playing? The commercial. I've never played it. I remember when it came out. Anyway.
Yeah, I remember too.
Who's Blaine? My other brother. That's your fourth brother. How old is he? He's a little older than me. Okay, so you're about the same age. He'll turn 17 in December 3rd. Right. Okay, so Blaine just bought a new game on Monday, was it? Or sometime this weekend, or this week.
That's my son's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, my son's birthday is the 3rd of December.
Wow, there you go.
Me, Blaine, and your son are Sagittarius.
Yeah.
That may be difficult. All right, Dassey. Or sometime this weekend or this week. Baldwin. This sometime during the week, but you don't remember if it was Monday or not? Okay. So you don't really recall what you did on Monday. You just know that you got home from school on 3:45. Do you remember? Did you have dinner up by your grandma? No, because she had dinner that night or something else. Yeah, but I had dinner. No. Did your grandmother have people over for dinner that night? I don't think. Not your family, but not your uncle either. Your grandpa wasn't home last Monday. He comes home on Thursdays and leaves on, or Tuesdays and leaves on Thursdays and leaves on Thursdays to come up here. Okay, so he's pretty much up here all the time. Why did you guys decide to come up north? Well, I was helping Chucky. What was he doing? Getting wood? Getting firewood? Yeah. So you guys are gonna cut wood this weekend? Must be nodding. All right. You work at the salvage yard at all? Must nod no. You don't? Well, I worked there a little bit, but that was just to get some wood because we were gonna have a bonfire on Thursday. You were gonna have a bonfire on Thursday, on this past Thursday, or on this Thursday coming up. This Thursday last week. So last Thursday. Last week Thursday, you're gonna have a bonfire. I was going to invite some friends from school. Did you have that bonfire? Why not? Because my mom was pissed off at Steven. Why? Because he said that we weren't going to graduate from school and that we were going to be failures. Aw. Okay. When did he say that?
That's a typical thing that any arguing siblings would say.
Yeah, I knew that.
You know what I mean?
Nothing unusual.
If they're lazing about and being lazy shits and no damn what they're being asked today or anything like that, that would have been just a flip of the tongue. We say, well, if they didn't start moving their ass, they're going to be little shits and they're not going to amount to anything. You know what I mean?
I know that.
Like that in an argument with their siblings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I know he and Barb had those kinds of discussions and arguments all the time about the boys and about certain things like that. So I think it's just, for me, it's because he must have heard it.
Yeah, Steven was just trying to be a big brother to his sister and say, hey, you got boys, I'm a guy. I think they should start getting up off their ass and doing shit. That's how he was.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is that I find it sad because Brendan knew that conversation took place.
Yeah, because he heard that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that it sucks to know that he heard that. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
It is, but he might have not had any choice to hear it because Stephen and Barb could have been screaming at each other. You know what I mean? She could have said, well, don't you tell me how to bring up my fucking boys, you know? And he's like, well, your boys need to, you know, if they don't
move their asses.
Something, or else they're not going to amount to anything. And I mean, I've had arguments with my siblings. I've had arguments with my pals. And my pals have said that.
I will say this though: if one of my sisters said that, there would be pair pulling in a cat fight. So
listen, it's normal to fight with your siblings. I don't know why they make this such a big thing when Stephen and Barb fight. Come on, that's the youngest Barb is, or Earl is. She's the only girl. Yeah, she's the only girl. She's raising 4 boys by herself. Of course, they're going to argue. You know?
Of course, Stephen's going to try and help her in any way he can. You know what I mean? And if that means telling her a few home truths.
And I also want to say that Stephen wasn't the perfect person.
No, we all know that.
He wasn't the nicest guy.
He was opinionated.
You know? But that doesn't mean just because he might have been an asshole doesn't mean he committed a murder. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. I don't know if he's an asshole. I'm just saying, like, that's a pretty asshole thing to say, but
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my only 2 cents as far as that goes. But yeah, you're right. No, siblings fight and argue. They say things that they don't necessarily mean in the moment. It just sucks that Brendan heard it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. When did he say that? Tuesday. He said that to her. Why did he? Why did they get into that fight? I don't know. You don't know. You don't know what started it? You like your uncle? Yeah. Stephen? Why would he say something like that about you? I don't know. So your aunt or your mom was pissed off at Stephen for saying that on Tuesday, so you guys couldn't have a bonfire on Thursday. Yeah. Why? She wouldn't let us see him for when she went up there to settle it, and on Thursday night when they weren't going to have the bonfire. She went. What do you mean by she went up there to settle it? To figure stuff out? I guess I still don't understand. What were they settling? I don't know. That's all I know. I think what he means by settling, he means like talk it out. Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. They've probably both realised that both of them were wrong in what they were saying. So, like any other siblings, go and apologise to each other, work it out and say, oh, I'm sorry. But my boys aren't coming over. That's it. You're not seeing the boy. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Or she was taking her anger, not necessarily out on Brendan. I'm not meaning it that way. I mean it, you know. If you've had an argument with somebody in the kid, I mean, you'll know yourself, Linda. If you've had an argument with somebody else and you're still in that sort of
and at this point, though,
and the kids say something, and you're like, for crying out loud, and you raise your voice to them, but not actually meaning it at them, you know what I mean? It could have been that kind of situation, and she says, well, that's it, you're not going to that bloody fire. You know?
And I'd like to point out at this time, Barb was in a new relationship, as yours says, that there was a new relationship. She was spending a lot of time with her new guy, which is Scott. So the boys were left alone. They were old enough to be left alone.
They were old enough,
Right. They were, and so she wasn't around. And Stephen was pointing that out to her. So yes, you're very right. She was out busy doing her thing with Scott, and it was a new relationship. Doing a thing. So, you know, so yeah, so that is also probably, it was also probably a thorn in Stephen's side, because she was doing that, and he's seen her not being around with the boys, and they weren't having any guidance besides her working full time and then dating. You know,
she worked full time, and I think she worked like 12-hour shifts at the time, something like that. Like, she's working this like 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week, and and then she's hanging out with her new boyfriend, and her kids are slightly older, so she probably is just like, and I think she was just getting divorce from
there was a lot going on at this time. There was a whole lot of things going on.
And a lot of
life is going on. The life is going on, and it might not have been a picture perfect situation, but
and that's the other thing is that
who's to judge? I'm not.
Nobody in this situation was perfect. There's a lot of decisions that were made that a lot of us could say, "Oh, I don't agree with," but
if you're not in that situation, can you really say it? Because you don't know. You don't know. We can sit and speculate, and we can say this and that.
It's just like saying just because Steven's an asshole doesn't mean he's guilty of murdering somebody. It's just like saying, just because Barb, was making these decisions doesn't mean that she was up to no good or whatever,
Right. She was just doing her thing. Like,
she was doing
life
her
was going
thing,
on for her.
girlfriend. Go do your thing.
She was doing her thing. She was carrying on with her life, trying to move on and do the best she could. And Steven was hard on her and was hard on anybody she dated. And we all know there's not a love lost there with Scott, so.
Yeah. But to me, that's just Steven being a big brother. Barb is the youngest.
Yes.
So she's the baby of the family. Even though she had her own kids and everything like that, she was the baby of the family. I mean, my wee brother's in his 30s now, but he's still the baby of the family because he's the youngest. You know? And Steven would have just be being the big brother, Nobody's good enough for his wee sister. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. And if he sees his wee sister gone off the rails a wee bit or whatever, the big brotherly thing to do is to say, look, Ken, come on. Get a grip.
And as Barb,
you know what I mean? I know the boys are old enough and everything like that, but you've still got to spend time with them and everything like that, which any big brother or anything like that would do. You know what I mean? But these police took that, twisted it, turned it, and fucking defiled it in any way that they fucking could to make it sound like Steven and Barb were always at each other's throats.
Right. And as Barb stated before, nobody was good enough for her with her brothers. And that's a very normal thing. Very normal.
It's a common thing. My big brother was exactly the same with me when I was younger. My boyfriend was good enough for me. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. So he was being a big brother and he was doing the best of what he thought. So, and Barb was retaliating because that's her kids.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't tell a mother how to raise her fucking kids. You just don't do it.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
All
right. Let's see. Where did we leave?
We might get through this interview today.
We might. Yeah. If we don't, it's all good. We have a lot of opinions here, and that's okay.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to discuss this and what we feel. That's what we're doing. So.
Yep. To figure out, I guess I still don't understand. What were they settling? I don't know. That's all I know. That's all you know is she went up there to settle something to his house. Yeah. And then she wouldn't allow you to have the bonfire. And he must be nodding or whatever. I think nodding or something. I don't know. And your mom doesn't know anything about this woman either. Didn't hear anything about her.
Mm-hmm.
Been missing. I mean, you guys obviously heard about it on the TV before. Yeah, Thursday. They found her vehicle. Yeah. When did they find the vehicle? I think it was Friday or Saturday. And you heard about it on TV on Thursday. Okay. She was missing. All right. Was your uncle on the TV when you found out about her missing? And he said no.
Now O'Neill comes in.
Yep. No. So what did they say about that? I'll just catch you up to speed. They're going to have, where were you? Now, you said you were working up on the sheds or something to get wood for a bonfire on Thursday. No answer.
No answer.
But his mom, wouldn't let them have a bonfire Thursday night because Steven pissed her off by telling her that they got in some kind of fight, right? She wanted to settle it on Thursday with Steven, and she wouldn't allow them to have a bonfire.
Okay, now this is Officer Dignitz. I don't know his name.
You got some
Degnitz?
kind of Degnitz?
Yeah, Degnitz.
You got some kind of memo that if it's inside, it's supposed to have the battery disconnected. Yeah, I wouldn't glove up. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, now,
right.
yeah, this is now another added detective. And here, Jazz says this is where it starts switching for him. He thinks this is where it starts switching. Well, I think it's a little further on, but we'll see.
Before he,
sorry, Becca, but why is there 3 fucking detectives? How is that way meant to feel that he can get out of that car if there's 3 fucking detectives sitting in the car with him?
Wait, not sitting in the car. Like, there's still 2 in the car, and then there's 1 outside of the car?
Yeah, one's outside taking notes.
Because Brian's still sitting next to him.
Right.
But regardless, you're right. Because he probably feels swarmed by cops. Like, there's cops.
I said I wouldn't feel like I could leave anyway, even at the beginning. You took my car.
They took your car. They're cops inside the car.
There's more than one police officer there. There's more than one car there.
Yeah, there's a cop outside, standing outside. It's like, at what point were you feeling like
you have nothing better to do?
Get out of the car and leave. You couldn't even open the car door.
No.
That's right.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't even open the car door. And you're 15. I'm sorry. In my mind, when you're a kid like this and you turn an age, you still got a few months. So in my mind, it's like, no, Brendan's still like a 15-year-old boy. You know what I mean? Even though he just turned 16.
Yeah, but
I don't understand this though. I've got some kind of memo that if it's inside, it's supposed to have the battery disconnected. Right. And now O'Neill says, yeah, I wouldn't glove up. That's all. And then he says, yeah, all right. Before let's it total loss, give it high look.
Make sure there's no parts
give it a
there,
high look under. What does that mean? I'm lost at all this.
Maybe he meant the car. Maybe he meant the other car.
I'm not sure. Make sure no parts under there. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were going to crawl under. Yeah. So there was an arrangement between Steven and your grandma?
Argument. There was an argument between Steven and grandma.
Okay.
And then Dassey says, Mom.
Yeah.
No, Mom. Steven, Mom. Your mom. On Thursday.
So what else?
No, this was Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the argument about?
But wait a minute. What was all that car talk there? Shit that, you know what I mean?
That's all I said. Like, maybe they're talking about the car that they're towing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's the only thing I could think of is maybe they were searching the car and they were talking about towing it.
Right. Could be. Yeah.
No, Mom. Steven and Mom. Your mom. On Thursday. No, this was Tuesday, right? Yeah. What was the argument about? Do you know? No. I thought you said it was because you wouldn't amount to anything, or was that just part of it? But when they were arguing, Steve brought that me and Blaine were going to graduate from school. Okay, you don't know what they were arguing about. No answer. Did your mom ever said? Did it involve you guys, or did it involve Steven and your mom only? Radio traffic. No answer. And they said you couldn't have a bonfire on Thursday. Where were you going to hold the bonfire? In his backyard. Steven's backyard. Okay. Does Steven either drive or did you guys ever drive the golf cart, Grandma's golf cart? No answer. You never drove it? She won't let me drive it. She won't let you drive it. Does anyone else ever get to drive it? She drives it all the time. Yeah, right. She drives it. But does anyone else drive it? No answer. Did you ever see anybody else take it anywhere? No answer. Radio, traffic, inaudible voices. Anything else you want to ask him? and then O'Neill comes out. Baldwin. All right, we're gonna do is just take you guys back to the cabin, okay? How old is your other brother here? 20. So Brian is 20. He's 20. Does he live at home yet? Who was at home at your house on Monday? Just Bobby. Just Bobby was home. And how long was he home? Till 3. Then he went hunting. Bow hunting or goose hunting? Goose hunting with his friend. With what? With his friend. No, I'm just trying to think. Goose hunting. Was he going goose hunting?
I don't know. I thought he went. I thought he went bow hunting. Bow hunting.
But I'll have to.
Yeah, you could. I suppose. I don't know. I'm really not a hunter.
I was just kind of confused because didn't Bobby?
Maybe they're just trying to place a gun there, because Bobby's not able to have a gun. He's
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Bobby went to go hunt. Did he go hunt in the woods?
I think he was. He was.
Or did he go hunt in the woods, or did he go hunt by where geese are?
I don't know. Just whatever. Yeah, move on. I don't know what he was.
I'm just confused by that. Okay. With his friend. With what? With his friend. With his friend. With his friend. With his friend. What's his friend's name? Mike Osmond. Mike Osmond? Did he say anything about seeing his gal? O'Neill comes back in. Dassey doesn't have an answer. Does Mike work? Probably. Doesn't say.
Doesn't have an answer.
He does. Where does he work? I don't know. Not Mike, your brother Bobby. I don't know the name, but you take the bus to school? So many questions.
Yeah, wow, wait a minute. Whoa. First they're asking about Mike, then they're asking about Bobby, then they're asking about a bus. Poor Brendan. My God, my head is spinning reading this. I can only imagine. Oh.
Where did it drop you off? Right by the mailboxes. On the road. You get dropped off from school on Monday. You walk down the driveway and go home, right? Uh-huh. Was that green Toyota vehicle by your house? No answer.
Now this is O'Neill now. We've switched detectives from Baldwin and their 50 questions.
They keep coming in and out of the car, in and out of the car, in and out of the car.
Right, and they're bombarding them. One saying one thing, the other one saying the other thing, and they're repeating, and it's very confusing. But we do have to let you know that this is now O'Neill. Baldwin was just the other one. Now it's O'Neill.
Yeah. What was the green Toyota vehicle by your house? Are you sure? You are sure? Dassey must be nodding or something. Okay.
No answer. Just say no answer because he's not giving him an answer. They would have wrote in parentheses.
Well, he's saying you're sure. So, like, if there's no answer and he's saying you're sure, he must be nodding.
Yeah, or not saying anything. They could be filling in words.
Okay, so Bobby's at home. What hours does he work? Third shifts. Oh, so he doesn't usually wake up until the afternoon or something. So
back to Baldwin.
So when he wakes up, he gets ready to go goose hunting at 3. Yeah. He told you he went at 3, or did you see him go? Oh no, you were at school yet. He told you he went at 3? He always does that every day. Every day he goes at 3 o'clock to goose hunting. Yeah. Did he get any geese that night?
Now that's confusing.
No answer.
Every day he goes goose hunting at 3? No, every day at 3 he goes to work. That's the key.
Wait, no, he did go hunting.
Because he goes to work at 3, don't he?
He went hunting at 3.
At 3.
If he's doing
then I'm confused.
Shift, the third shift would be at night. So
Shut up, Linda.
That's where. Yeah, so if he's doing third shift, that usually means he goes in at 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or whatever. So if he's going at 3 o'clock, then every day he probably does go hunting of some sort at 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'm mistaken.
May not be. I think the confusing part is the goose hunting thing, because that's the first time I heard that. And 2, I don't think he went goose hunting. Yeah, I think Brendan's confused.
I think they're confusing Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're back to Baldwin again. So there's like 3 questions from O'Neill. Then there's a shitload of ones from Baldwin. So now we're still on Baldwin.
Yeah. So every day he goes at 3 o'clock goose hunting. Yeah. Did he get any geese that night? No answer. No. Was that him and the same guy go goose hunting every Thursday or every night? And Mike's brother. Oh, Mike and Mike's brother. Okay. And he's seen her vehicle there when he left. I don't know. You don't know. And then back to O'Neill comes in. Okay, so it's not too often that somebody's standing by your house, by the field, taking pictures of the van. You got dropped off from school. How many other people were on that school bus? About 15, 16, plus the school bus driver, right? Yeah. And you were dropped off. It's such an event that somebody's standing in your field taking a picture of that van. You remember that, don't you? The bus driver remembers it. The kids on the school bus remember it. The girl taking the pictures, you remember that? Well, I wasn't looking at I wasn't looking at the field. You got off the bus and you started walking towards your house. Well, sometimes I'm talking the blame. Yeah, you remember that girl taking that picture. You're getting off. Yeah, Baldwin. You're getting off the bus. It's a beautiful day. It's daylight, and everyone sees her. You do too. Do you remember seeing that girl standing there taking a picture? Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, here's where they're turning Brendan.
Yeah,
this
Brendan,
is,
come on.
In my view, this is the 1-1-1-1 time. This is where they start turning Brendan.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Brendan,
that's a lot of crap. Because Brendan knows that where he gets dropped off with the bus, he has to walk up by the corners to where the bus has to be able to turn to get back out onto Avery Road. It's about half a mile away from where Teresa would have been taking the pictures. So that's a lot of rubbish.
Me and Becca have walked that walk from Brendan's bus drop. Haven't you done that walk, Becca? You walked that. Yep.
Yeah.
It takes you about 7 minutes or 8 minutes to walk it. Okay. And there's no fucking way that you see Barb's house from the bus. Okay. You just don't see it from that part where he gets dropped off.
No.
So let's just make that clear. And this is to me, the next, when Baldwin walks out of the car, which is the next line, is where Brendan gets turned.
And not only that, it's at least an hour and 20 minutes after Teresa left the property.
Yes. Their timeline sucks.
So how the hell can Brendan see somebody that left the property an hour and 20 minutes before he got bloody home for school? It makes no sense.
That's right. Here we go. This is where you're going to get, if you think you were mad before, you're going to get mad now, because if you can remember the tick, 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 tick. O'Neill starts to raise his voice at Brendan at this point. When he gets back in the car, O'Neill starts to raise his voice and really start demanding answers from Brendan.
So Baldwin says, Brendan, come on. And O'Neill says, you do know, don't you, Brendan? You're not going to disappoint any of us. Think about that girl. Was that girl standing there taking a picture that day? Dassey says, maybe. It's either yes or no. I mean, I'm not putting nothing in your head. You tell me if you remember seeing that girl standing there taking pictures. Car door, Baldwin comes out. Dassey says nothing. Was she? Huh? Why don't you tell me? I was just trying to think of seeing her. Well, did you see her standing there taking a picture? Yeah. Why didn't you tell me that? You scared? Brendan says nothing. Huh? Yeah. Of course he's scared.
Yeah.
O'Neill.
He's yelling at him at this point. Come on, Brendan. You can tell me. Why didn't you, his voice has raised. And he starts sounding very authoritative.
Why are you scared about saying that girl took that picture? Now, did you see her standing there taking a picture when you got off the bus? Yeah. Okay. What day was that? Monday. What time did you get off the bus? 3:45. What was she taking a picture of? The van. Was her vehicle there too? He doesn't have an answer. So my thing is that, okay, so first he says he didn't see her. He doesn't remember seeing her. And they basically
he was in school. Yep.
Yeah. So now basically he's giving them answers that they basically were telling him, like,
yes,
she was there taking pictures of the van, Brendan. We're getting angry at you. You need to start telling us the truth. Did you see her? Yes. What was she taking pictures of? The van. So these are all answers that he's basically he's giving them because he thinks that this is what they want to hear.
Because he started raising his voice. And when they said, okay, Brendan, now you know you've seen something, you know, why don't you just tell me what you seen?
Yeah. So what was she taking pictures of? The van. These are all answers that he's basically like, okay, they're getting angry at me. They want to know these answers. So I'm just going to say these answers.
And he's raising his voice now at this point, after having 3 people talk to him about different confusing things.
Yeah, so when they actually get to a question where they didn't bring it up before, this is the question right here. Was her vehicle there too? He doesn't have an answer for that because they didn't bring it up before.
No, right. But not only that, the truth to that is that everybody knew that she was there taking fucking pictures.
Yeah, well, here's the part that's going to piss you off. Just this next part really makes me mad because at that point his voice is raised and he is demanding that Brendan say something in his voice. You can see that he is demanding an answer. It's a very, very, telling.
So what happened to that girl? She left. She didn't leave. What happened to that girl? Well, she stayed there 5 minutes and then she left. Now that's what you've been told to say. And then Detective Baldwin says, Brendan. O'Neill, what happened to that girl? I don't know nothing. That's all I know. Brendan, what happened to the girl, Brendan? Are you saying he did it? So I think this is where Brendan starts questioning what actually may have happened. This is the
now you got Baldwin and then O'Neill. Baldwin, then O'Neill. And Brendan's really feeling pressure. Come on. He's a kid that's raised to respect your freaking elders and respect the law. That's just the way he was raised. You don't, he's not going to question them, especially if they're down on him. I can imagine, I just feel the weight right now on my shoulders,
especially by their questioning. Not even that. The way he said she left. And after it, he says, no, she never.
She didn't leave. Never. Yeah. What happened to her? What happened to her? She didn't leave the property, Brendan. What happened to her? Just that alone. And then this point right here, are you saying he did it? That's where that to me is more of he's like, what are you guys trying to imply here? Are you trying to say my uncle is guilty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's when he starts questioning also, in just my opinion here, because if you go back to the other interview we did last time, he starts questioning exactly what was he accomplice to.
Right. It's because you can see here.
This is where it starts to hit him. Like, did I witness something? Did something truly happen that I was somehow, and I just didn't realize it?
Are they keeping something from me and I don't know? Or
doubt himself.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. That's it right there.
Detective Baldwin.
Spot on, Alice and Becca.
What happened to the girl? I don't know. That's all I know. So you got off the bus. You walked down the driveway. She's still there, right? You see her, don't you? Yeah. Who else is with you, Blaine? Who else? That's it. Who's out with her? Steven. What's he doing? Talking to her, saying how much he wants to
Nacho Loco Toco. Welcome. Glad you're here. Somebody knew Becca. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
You know him from Twitter.
When I'm reading, I'm not paying attention to chat. That's why I was like, what's happening? So
I'm sorry. I got to make a shout out. Thank you for joining us.
That's it. Who's out with her? Steven. What's he doing? Talking to her, saying how much he wants for it. How much what? How much he wants for it. Okay, do you guys stop stop and talk to her too? No, we just went in our house. And Stephen stayed there with her for a little bit, then she left. Now, is that what you saw, or is that what you're being told to say? That's what I saw. She went out the driveway, and then she turned and left. Now, you just asked me a question, Brendan. Do you think he did it? And he said no. Then O'Neill gets out. Baldwin. Yeah. No, you just asked me that question. Why would you ask me that? Did what? That he raped her or whatever. That he raped her. Did she go into his house, Brendan? No. Did she go into your house, Brendan? Huh? Did she go into your house? No. Where is she? I don't know. Brendan, you're not telling me something. She never came in my house. Okay, where is she? And then O'Neill gets in again. But still Baldwin talking. Brendan, listen to this. Listen, this girl's got a family, okay? They're really concerned that something happened that shouldn't have happened. And then O'Neill gets out again. I don't know anything. Well, why are you lying to me about this? I ain't. What do you mean you ain't? I don't know where she is right now, or maybe she ran off with her friends. Why is her vehicle on your land? Someone put it there like a family member trying to get Steve in trouble. Like another family member? That's interesting.
No.
Yeah.
Someone like a family member? Is he talking about his family member or Teresa's?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Dwayne's meaning his family. I think he's meaning Teresa's family.
Yep. Yeah. To try to make him feel bad.
To frame Stephen.
Yeah.
Someone put it there like a family member to try to get Steve in trouble, like another family member. And then he says, or probably the old police officer, the one that put him in jail last time.
Yeah.
And then Baldwin said, whose fingerprints do you think we're going to find on that van or in that truck of hers? And then he says, I don't know.
And then O'Neill,
yeah. Then O'Neill gets back in. Your fingerprint's going to be in there, Lane's? And then he says nothing. Who's that? He never went near her car. Never went near her car. And then number 1. So that must be the end of tape 1.
Right. Flip it over.
26 minutes. How
but they can't get rid of the tick, 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 tick. They can't get rid of that. When they flip it over, they don't shut their fucking blinker off.
How does it take 26 minutes to change a tape?
No, the tape was 26 minutes long.
Yeah.
All right, I was going to say 26 minutes to change a fucking tape.
Well, if that was 26 minutes to change the tape, then that would make me scared of what happened in those 26 minutes where they were like, you better fucking tell us what we want to hear. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Becca. That's what was running through my mind there for a second. 26 minutes to change a tape over. What was said in that 26 minutes? But
exactly, Kim. Exactly. You can only imagine how scared Brendan was after having 3 detectives bombarding him, one right after another. They're tag teaming. Yeah. And now is the point where, well, the point just before this is where they started really hitting Brendan hard. Okay.
So and I'm gonna before you continue, Linda, sorry to interrupt. I am gonna say that this is where we're gonna stop for today because we've been doing this for an hour. But but we can have like a little discussion here about what we just read and all that. So
I like the fact we discuss it as we're going along because you hit the point.
No, I do too, but I just wanted to say, like, do you guys have any comments about what we just read or?
Well,
it's a load of bollocks. That's what it is. It is a load of bollocks, and no wonder that Wayne he was so far up his own backside, he didn't know whether to think right, left, or in the bloody middle. You know what I mean? They bombarded him with question after question after question, not taking the fact that he's a special education student. You know what I mean? Just
right. Well, he's a kid.
4 questions in one sentence.
Right.
No.
You can see it was a deliberate tag team method going on here. There is a method of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it leads up to the interview at school. But it is a definite method. For one thing, it's very confusing as us adults reading this, that there's one cop, then another cop, then another cop. And they throw some random things in there, you know, like about a car battery and this and that. And then when they're done playing nice, you know, like, oh, so you got a puppy, you got this, and you asked about Bobby, and, you know, it was all kind of nice. Then it was like, no, Brendan, she didn't leave there. Where did you see her? You know, they start hitting him with real hard questions. Baldwin does a kind of a soft officer, you know, and then O'Neill comes in, and the next part we're going to read makes me want to punch that son of a bitch right in, you know what, because he is really hard on Brendan. And
it's kind of a good cop, bad cop, huh?
Yeah, Mr. Nice cop, you know, and then I know the truth. Yeah,
if that was the first interview, they've left there, and as you can see, you're starting to see the change now in the statement where Brendan is actually questioning his own thoughts and what he's actually seen, and you know, you can actually see it happen. You can actually see it happening. So that then was when they went back and told Aspender and Weigart, this is how you need to do it. Good cop, bad cop, one be nice, talk about this, talk about his family, talk about his brother, open him up a wee bit, and then one of you come in and be like bang, 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 bang with the questions and everything like that. And then that's how they knew that they could get Brendan.
Yep, that's right. You're exactly right. This is a definite setup to the next interviews and how Brendan's path turns extremely lonely and very dark. And you know, it's really bad. Just tell him what to say so I can go home. Exactly, Jazz. That is exactly what he was doing. He was like, as soon as the point where he was questioning his own self, they knew it. They could tell in the demeanor. They could tell by the way he was answering questions and not leaving blanks and telling them what they had already said to him. They knew he was easily swayed and wanted to please, you know?
Yeah.
But thank you, Becca. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, everybody. And the new viewers, thank you so much. Please join us next week. It'll probably be back on Saturday. I don't know. We don't know yet.
Actually, this might be a Sunday. Yeah, this might be a Sunday thing for the next couple of weekends just because work and stuff. So,
okay, that's great.
Plan on this being on Sunday again at the same time. And
and we'll finish.
If anybody wants to read this.
Yeah. You can find it at foulplay.site. Greatest library we have. Or you can find it in Brendan's Discord.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Thank you.
That's right. If you haven't joined our Discord.
The coffee hasn't fully kicked in yet this morning, so I apologize, everybody.
Hi, Sylvia. There's your sister there, Alice. If you haven't joined... If you haven't joined our Discord, Brendan Talks, please join it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel here, please do so. We want all of Brendan's supporters to be a part of it. We know we haven't touched all of the supporters, or we'd have a lot of them. But our goal for the channel is to get 1,000 for the rally, so Becca can go live. I will definitely be going live because I'm already there. So let's try to see if we can meet that goal, and let's just, be all for Brendan. Free Brendan Dassey.
So subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, join our Discord, and if you're on Facebook, there's a new Facebook group I created where it's mostly just Brendan Brave stuff. There's lots of different social medias.
That's right. And you can get Alice. She makes star appearances on Just Rhonda's channel, on Foul Play. She's a great member, my sister and a member. And we're doing a lot of things over there too. We're reading Brendan's trial. We just got done with the Wardiers or whatever they're called.
Oh, did you guys finish it?
Whatever, the jury selection. That's what I call it.
You guys finished it?
Yeah,
we've still got
much.
some to do.
Just a couple things, yeah. It'll be done today, I think.
Some that we're hopefully
yep, and then we'll be doing that here too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
You can catch us all. We're around. Join us in any social media. Join the Discords and the channels, and you all have a wonderful Sunday and a beautiful weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Becca.
Thank you.